This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Scott Dennis has the night off. Topping our news this hour, a man wanted in connection for his own mother's murder has been captured in Israel. 63-year-old Thomas Gross was taken into custody after an Israeli court issued an arrest warrant on Sunday. Gross's mother, Ina, was found stabbed to death in the garage of her Lakewood Ranch home back in January of 2012. Thomas Gross was visiting his mother at the time of her death. Shortly after, he left the country and returned to Israel, where his wife and children live. Gross's sister, Ellen Girth, believes Gross murdered their mother for money. And after nearly 20 years, a man convicted in the death of a 3-year-old girl in Punta Gorda learned his fate in court on Monday. Keith Wilson was sentenced to life in prison for killing Pilar Rodriguez in 1999. He was found guilty of second-degree murder back in October. According to the testimony, Wilson pushed the 3-year-old into a door jamb, hitting her head and causing her death. He then disposed of the body. Melissa Harding, Wilson's girlfriend, who was Pilar's babysitter, pleaded guilty to accessory and is scheduled for sentencing next month. A member of Florida's Constitution Revision Commission is working to give victims of crime and their families more of a voice in the criminal justice system. The proposed amendment would create a Crime Victims Bill of Rights in the state constitution. It would ensure victims of crime have the same rights and protections in the court system as those who are accused and convicted. Some rights include being notified of major developments in a criminal case, any change in the offender's release status, and the right to be heard in court and parole hearings. Florida is one of just 15 states that does not provide constitutional level protections for crime victims.
By giving victims and their families co-equal rights to the convicted and the accused, we will empower them to take a more active role in their case and ensure that they at least have the ability to be heard.
The proposed amendment would require approval by at least 60% of voters during the 2018 general election. Today's Manatee County Commission meeting was packed with concerned residents and the issue at hand, the new Willow Bend community. ABC7's Bobeth Yates has more.
The outrage continues as Harrison Ranch residents say their community is way too small to allow construction traffic for another development. The winding roads in the Harrison Ranch community have become the subject of a controversial debate. Should construction traffic be allowed in and out the community, even though other large vehicles like school buses tend not to go down those roads? According to Manatee County, the builders of Willow Bend made the request to gain access to Harrison Ranch's roads. But those who live in the area say approving the measure would have negative impacts on current residents.
The streets are narrow. Parking does occur on those streets, all kinds of parking, so that even narrows it more down to a single lane in many cases. There are a lot of children in that community, and they're very active and they're running all over the place, and we are definitely fearing for their safety. So there are a number of issues related to heavy construction traffic going through Harrison Ranch.
Manatee County staff is expected to make a determination on whether construction traffic will be allowed in and out the community in the coming weeks. But residents say if it doesn't go their way, they will appeal the decision. Bobeth Yates, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Bobeth. Time to check in with meteorologist Steve Newman for the look at your first alert forecast. Steve, it was much nicer out today than it was yesterday.
What a great day. The sun came out. The temperatures warmed up into the mid-70s. It was just like the old Florida we've known and love. But there is one more cool wave coming our way behind this front. When it passes, tomorrow will be 10 degrees cooler than today. But that's not all that bad. And this is really, I think, the last of the significant pushes of cool air that will affect us right on through the Christmas holidays. Radar shows nothing in the way of rainfall. There were some showers that looked like they were offshore of Collier and Monroe County, but I think that was not even hitting the ground. Now, we have a futurecast in high definition, but if there's nothing to see, even in high definition, there's nothing to see other than winds strong from the north. No clouds, no rain overnight, and those gusty winds are really the only weather factor we have to deal with. If you're heading out tonight, take a windbreaker with you. It's not going to be all that cold, but those gusty north winds will make it feel a few degrees cooler. Even though we're in the low 60s through the evening hours, we'll cool off to the 50s in the morning, and then by dawn, maybe 45, 46 degrees for the overnight low. We'll talk more about the upcoming weekend weather and maybe even Christmas week weather in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. We'll check back in with you shortly. The push for new veteran ID cards comes to a sudden halt after a high demand for the wallet-sized cards crashes the Department of Veterans Affairs website. Right now, unless you're a retired veteran or have a VA medical card, you don't have any sort of wallet-sized form of identification. You have to carry around what's called a DD Form 214, which is the size of a piece of computer paper to prove that you served. Veterans have been waiting for these cards to become a reality since 2015 when the law was passed. So when they did become available, veterans all over the country quickly took to the site to register. So many so that the site actually crashed and the application process has now been put on hold.
Now, is it for discounts, military discounts, or is it for what? You know, if anything, I would say pride. You know, I served in the military, so now I've got this ID card that shows that I honorably served our country in the United States Armed Forces. And that's what the whole purpose of that was to start with.
The VA hasn't provided any estimate of when that issue of the broken site will be fixed. Well, if you lost your home, business, or personal property due to Hurricane Irma, you or your family may be struggling to cope with the emotional impact of the disaster, and the approaching holidays may be especially difficult. To ease stress, make sure to limit your exposure to traumatic news coverage and social media. Stay connected with family and friends and accept the fact that your recovery may take time. For tips on how to cope with stress, depression, and the holidays, you can check out FEMA's online information at fema.gov/coping-disaster. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is hosting a holiday toy drive benefiting the Guardian Ad Litem program. Today, David Sutherland of First Christian Church in Venice donated 171 handmade wooden toys to that drive. The toys will go to children on the Suncoast who have been removed from their homes due to abuse or neglect and appointed a guardian ad litem. The Sheriff's Office is accepting toys and gift cards until this Friday, December 15th. You can also deliver donations to the agency's headquarters on Cattle Ridge Boulevard every day between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And here's some Manatee Technical College medical assisting students taking a break from selling trees to pose with Santa. The tree sales benefited the Manatee County Boys and Girls Club. 16 Manatee Technical College students from the medical assisting, law enforcement, and pharmacy technician programs volunteered to help the Boys and Girls Clubs sell Christmas trees at the lot behind Jesse P. Miller Elementary School in Bradenton. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the man accused of detonating a bomb in New York City yesterday now talking to police. What officials say he used to carry out that terror attack. And all eyes are on Alabama tonight as voters decide on the next U.S. Senator in a controversial special elections. Those stories when we come back.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7. Where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
The suspect in yesterday's bombing in the middle of New York City is still in the hospital suffering from cuts and burns, but is now talking to police for the first time. 27-year-old Akyer Ullah is being charged with 5 federal terrorism charges following this explosion, all caught on surveillance video. According to police, Ullah is the man seen here who detonated a homemade pipe bomb that was strapped to his body. That bomb only partially exploded and only seriously wounded the suspect. His bomb was built from a 12-inch pipe, black powder, and a 9-volt battery with a wire that came from a Christmas light. Authorities say he waived his rights and gave a statement to police.
He allegedly selected the location and timing to maximize human casualties. As alleged, he also admitted that he had been inspired by ISIS to carry out his attack.
5 people did suffer minor injuries, including headaches and ringing in the ears, but none life-threatening, and all have been treated and released. Authorities say Ullah hoped and believed that he himself would die in that attack. Well, all eyes are on Alabama tonight in what has become one of the most highly anticipated special elections in history. Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate Roy Moore rode to the polling station on horseback just 33 days after allegations of sexual misconduct and sexual assault surfaced against him, and turning this race completely upside down. Moore is facing off against Doug Jones, who would be the first Democratic senator from Alabama in 25 years, should he win.
This is an important time in Alabama's history, and we feel very confident of where we are and how this is going to turn out.
The nation is watching this. In fact, we have how many international people from overseas, different nations here today. This is a very important race for our country, for our state, and for the future.
With polling all over the place, voter turnout could make or break this election. Polls close tonight at 8 p.m. Well, stay with us. Steve Newman will be back with your First Alert weather forecast after the break.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our boogie-woogie bugle boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you.
Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Well, the forecast you said might look good for Santa when he makes his way towards the Suncoast.
That's what I'm thinking right now. We've paid our dues on cool weather for a while, and we have one more cool night coming up and a cooler day tomorrow, but then it's going to be clear sailing through Christmas, maybe into the new year. You're going to have to hold me to that one because I'm going to be working Christmas week to see if that actually happened or not. But looking over the Sarasota Bay today, you can see the ripples on the water indicating, yes, it was breezy, whipping up a little chop on bay and inland waters, and a beautiful sunset there, the beginning of Hanukkah at 5:37 this afternoon. Temperatures across the state now are about 10 degrees or so warmer than they were this time last night, but tomorrow is going to be about 10 degrees cooler during the day. So it's like that little roller coaster I was talking about yesterday. Right now, 12 degrees warmer at Sarasota than it was this time yesterday, and 11 at Venice and 8 degrees at Lake Placid. At the airport, our current temperature is 68. It's very pleasant, and you'd think going out you really don't need a jacket. Well, those winds are causing a little wind chill, so make sure you do take a jacket out tonight. 55 the dew point. Those dew points will go down as drier air blows in overnight. It was a little cool this morning, 45 for the low, right on the money for normal for the high of 74 this afternoon. And here's the front coming through, and with it, drier air almost upon us behind the front. Just a few clouds out there that we saw from that sunset camera a minute ago, but it'll be clear very soon. And that's in comparison to an awful stormy, snowy late day up in the northeast and eastern Canada. The snow belts, you can see the snow right there in Ohio, the snow belts of Pennsylvania, New York, especially around Watertown, looks like it's getting hammered in upstate New York. A very stormy day in eastern Canada. And the forecast shows that while it's raining in New York City and Boston from this, the next wave could be different as it departs. Watch this other low spin out of Canada through Ohio and the Ohio Valley by Thursday early morning, and look at the morning commute on Thursday for New York City. It looks like they get some snow, but Boston will escape it if that forecast is correct. And I think the really, really bitter cold air in the teens is going to be a thing of the past. In the 20s, as that little buckle in a jet stream seems to be waving out toward the Atlantic and increasing in its amplitude. So I think that'll allow warmer air to start creeping northward. I don't think anyone up there is going to complain about that either. So here's our forecast headlines. Cooler tonight, a little bit, and tomorrow turning milder as we move later on in the week after a 10-degree drop in temperatures tomorrow afternoon. Slight chance of rain on Friday and again next Monday. So that's the long term. Well, let's take a look at the futurecast. The front passing on by tonight and being replaced with high pressure building in from the Mississippi Valley, giving us very pleasant conditions as we move into Thursday, as we warm back up into the 70s again on Thursday. And then Friday, if we look at the future cast in long range, this is the European model showing another front coming down, bringing us a chance of rain on Friday afternoon and evening. Doesn't look like a lot of rain. Once it passes by, high pressure builds in again for Saturday and Sunday. Decent weather this weekend with temperatures in the 70s, and then that chance of rain, another one coming in, a front coming in for Monday. So we got some interesting weather heading our way, but nothing too bad. Tonight's forecast, fair and breezy. Our low temperature 46 with those gusty north to northwest winds becoming more northerly overnight. 5 to 15, gusting to 20. That's why you need the jacket tonight. And for tomorrow, it'll be a mostly sunny and fresh day with high temperatures only 63. That's down 11 degrees from today. But we will warm back up, as you can see on our 7-day outlook, to 70s for Thursday. That slight chance of rain on Friday. Look at that beautiful weather on Saturday and Sunday. And Monday, a 40% chance of rain. And that's our weather. Linda?
Coming up, we'll introduce you to an amazing Suncoast woman who doesn't let anything stop her in her efforts to protect the environment.
Tonight, all eyes on Alabama, with President Trump lending his support. Can Roy Moore survive the sexual misconduct allegations, or will it be a surprise victory for the Democrat? As voters decide, we're right there. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Today's amazing Suncoast woman has built a legacy for Manatee County students that give them a leg up and an excitement about scientific studies in the future. And in her quest to share her love for nature, she has let nothing stand in her way. ABC7's Linda Carson has her story.
This field trip is a part of the year-long Nature's Academy program encompassing science, technology, engineering, and math.
They do a nature walk. They head down to the water where they do a biodiversity study. They're dip netting and discovering the organisms that live in our grass beds. They do a coastal cleanup, and they also do some water quality testing.
Nature's Academy provides it free to every fifth grader in Manatee County. Executive Director and founder Dana Pounds is a marine biologist from New Jersey who headed south after graduation.
I just packed up my car and drove as far as my gas would take me and got all the way down to the Florida Keys and started teaching in the Florida Keys marine biology when I was 22, and it's stuck ever since.
Her career soared.
I have been able to travel to Australia and study on the Great Barrier Reef. I have been all over the Caribbean and even spent 6 months in the Galapagos.
Then a stunning blow.
In 1999, I was diagnosed with a very rare form of sarcoma, and they are called desmoid tumors. And initially, I just started off with tumors in my right leg, and I fought very hard for 9 years to maintain function in my leg, but after 9 years, we ended up needing to have my leg amputated to save my life.
During her battle, she married and started Nature's Academy, but then
I found out that my cancer had returned in my hip and pelvis.
She entered a clinical trial.
This has reduced my tumor by 50% and literally saved my life.
But the medication caused bone density loss, cracks in her pelvis that caused terrible pain. But she believes Nature's Academy will have a long-lasting effect on these students.
Hopefully something resonates with them, whether it's the academic, the science, it's the environmental stewardship. They want to litter less, they want to take better care of the waterways, or perhaps they're just inspired to reach for something that's higher and bigger than they've ever thought of before.
Her life lesson, the darkest clouds hold the most sunshine.
Nature's Academy never would have come in existence had I not been diagnosed with cancer. And so how could I ever be upset or feel like I have been sold short in my life when I'm sitting here wearing this polo, speaking with you today, experiencing what life has to offer me, and this has literally all been brought to me through the gift of cancer.
And Dana's contributions to the environment and to education have not gone unnoticed. The Environmental Protection Agency just gave her 2 huge awards, one for lifetime achievement for Dana, another for the work and the contributions of her students. This amazing Suncoast woman is a credit to our community wherever she goes. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Wow, and those kids have such an inspiration to look up to, especially in that field.
Got to check out the Nature's Academy. It looks wonderful.
Right.
It really does. Well, nice night tonight. Take a jacket because it's a little breezy, but high temperatures tomorrow, a little cooler, but look at this. Great weather for the weekend. Hang in there.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Steve. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next. We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.